Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. We got subjective views here with this, okay? While there is widespread panic in the crypto markets, Citi CEO Jane Fraser says a client wants to move money around the world instantaneously, 24/7, 365 days a year, safely and without hassle and complexity. And she's not talking about doing this with a US-denominated stablecoin. She's talking about tokenization.
Tell us why you're so excited about tokenized deposits and why maybe that is a better solution than stablecoin.
Yeah, on the payment space. Look, it comes back to what does a client need? So a client wants to move money around the world instantaneously, 24/7, 365 days a year, safely and without hassle and complexity. And that's what tokenization does. Tokenization digitizes entire markets. And we've been working in really making sure that we can serve that use case from the clients. We've been adding new markets to be able to move money instantaneously 24/7. We've been so we just announced that we're adding another currency on. We're adding euro on today, in addition to dollar and sterling and Hong Kong and Sing dollar. We've got 24/7 clearing attached to our digital token services capability. That's added 270 banks that we can move money. So it's not just within the Citi system, but it's also to other banks that we can move instantaneously 24/7 without complexity. So I'm really excited about the movement that you can see in payments. I think tokenization best serves the client's use case.
Well, it's a double-edged sword here. I think everybody wins. It best serves the client, but at the end of the day, Citi doesn't have to charge those exorbitant fees. They can lower their fees a little bit, and they're still making a lot of money. When you take the XRP ledger, for example, when it costs fractions of pennies to send value over the XRPL, that means that these financial institutions, these banks can say, okay, it's no longer a $15 charge to send money across borders, for example. Now we'll charge you $5, and they're still making a huge profit off that. So, I guess the idea is to get more volume in. Citi and others are very interested in what's coming down the pike. And because of the ISO 20022 migration, more crypto projects are going to benefit from this, guys. Stronghold has officially stated on the record that XRP and XLM will directly benefit from the global ISO 20022 migration. So there was the rumor, the famous rumor going around that there are cryptocurrencies that are ISO 20022 compliant. That has been debunked. David Schwartz came out and did make a comment about ISO 20022 coins still, and then there was some more information coming out from the ISO 20022 standard the other day or the other week that said that no such thing exists. Regardless of any of that, the fact of the matter is XRP and XLM are going to directly benefit ISO 20022 migration. Listen to this.
All SIPA payments to use 20022, while the Federal Reserve in the US is encouraging financial institutions to adopt it by 2023. So what does this mean for digital currencies? ISO 20022 has the potential to play a key role in the development and implementations of CBDCs, as it provides a flexible and standardized framework for financial messaging that ensures consistency and interoperability between systems. Adopting ISO 20022 could increase the use of cryptocurrencies that are compliant with it. Two cryptocurrencies that are members of the ISO 20022 standards body are Ripple's XRP and Stellar Lumens. Recognizing the value of ISO 20022 messaging and its potential to transform the financial industry, Stronghold has utilized this technology in conjunction with blockchain ledger payments in select projects. Messaging standards are crucial for enabling the efficient and secure exchange of financial information between different systems and technologies. They play a critical role in improving the overall performance and reliability of the financial services industry.
So as you guys heard there, Stronghold's going to play an important role. XRP and XLM are going to directly benefit. Of course, those are the coins of choice. It is funny, though, we don't really hear too much in terms of stellar partnerships. We have heard about a few, but really it's XRP and Ripple all the way. Momo Rwanda partners with a Ripple partner, guys, Terrapay, to simplify and accelerate receiving international payment transfers. This just came out the other day. They did just announce a partnership with Ripple partner Terrapay, a global money movement company, to make it easier for Rwandans to receive money from abroad. And this is, again, the company MomoPay, With this partnership, anyone with a Momo wallet in Rwanda can now receive funds directly into their wallet from over 200 countries and territories. Terrapay's global networks bring new scale and reliability to MomoPay's international remittance service, allowing clients to access cross-border transfers with ease, whether it's for education, healthcare, family support, or personal needs. This partnership not only strengthens financial inclusion, but also expands MomoPay's capabilities in connecting Rwandans in the global economy. So another clear example here of how these Ripple payment partners are partnering up with smaller financial institutions to help countries around the world perform cross-border payment transactions easily and seamlessly. In this case, it is happening in Rwanda with Ripple partner Terrapay. So great news there. Mike Manfield also mentioning this, guys. So this has to do with a few companies here, a few banks in Southeast Asia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, CIMB, CIMB Singapore, CrediLink, KPay, Singlife, they all unite for flexible SME financing. And I don't know if you guys remember way back in November of 2018, it was CIMB that partnered with Ripple. The partnership involves CIMB joining RippleNet to enable instant cross-border payments using RippleNet's blockchain technology, which enhances their Speed Send remittance product. This collaboration allows for faster and more efficient international money transfers, starting with new corridors in the US, UK, Australia, and Hong Kong. Well, now CIMB is partnering up with these other companies here. This partnership links AI underwriting, payment data, and protection services to broaden financing access for at least 30,000 SME retailers. So they're really expanding and leveraging AI to do so. CIMB Singapore, so they're the main player here. They're the Ripple partner. They've taken the lead in forming the SME Resilience Circle. And they're doing it with these other companies here. The circle aims to help SME businesses build resilience, support growth, and improve long-term sustainability while managing rising costs, digital disruption, and evolving customer behavior. The initiative was formalized through separate MOUs between CIMB Singapore and each partner. CreditLink contributes AI-driven credit underwriting to support more accurate risk assessment, while KPay connects merchant payment data to financing to help smaller businesses access more credit easily. So they're all kind of working together here to support this ecosystem. The collaboration will enable at least 30,000 existing retailers within the partner network to do this. Down here, it just gives some detail on what that is going to entail. But businesses pay no interest charges, late fees, or prepayment penalties. Of course, if you run a more efficient system, it's easier to support that kind of thing. CIMB Singapore is proud to lead the SME Resilience Circle as part of our continued commitment to advance customers and society through financial solutions like this. We aim to make it simpler and faster for SMEs to manage their cash flow and reinvest in growth, supporting not just business continuity, but competitiveness for the future. So that was coming from Benjamin Tan, a representative from CIMB Singapore. So that's great news there. Coming out of Singapore, helping, again, promote resilience for small to medium-sized enterprise businesses. I also happen to see this, guys. Ripple partner Airwallex becomes a principal member of the EPI to bring Wero, Europe's unified digital wallets, to merchants across Europe. So Airwallex now coming into Europe. They're a leading global financial payment platform for modern businesses. Today, they just announced their partnership with Wero, the European digital wallet provider. Through this partnership, Airwallex becomes a principal member of EPI, enabling merchants on its platform to offer Wero wallet as a payment method across Europe. Airwallex's partnership with EPI marks a significant step towards tackling Europe's complex payment ecosystem, where multiple local A2A offerings coexist with differing rules and infrastructure. By integrating Wero, Airwallex customers will have direct access to this innovative payment method from launch, enabling merchants to reach more shoppers and streamline transactions across borders. So again, I guess at the end of the day, it's about accessing more customers, always about making payments more seamless for more people. And, you're seeing it time and time again. This is a reoccurring pattern for these Ripple partners. They're unifying here a fragmented payment landscape. For merchants, this partnership means simplified access to customers across Europe. Again, making payments easy at the end of the day. The narrative is staying the same all the time through these Ripple partnerships. So great news there coming from Airwallex. And it's amazing. I mean, very interesting how the optics are slowly changing for the mainstream. I mean, we've always known that XRP is valuable, fundamentally valuable, just because we could foresee and speculate on the future based on what we were seeing Ripple doing over the last several years, dare I say almost a decade now. XRP has a basis for a strong recovery. Important on-chain and market metrics suggest at this point in time. So this coming from XRP Crypto Wolf. Currently, again, we're trading in spec, and speculative market is one way to look at the market. Basically, everything following Bitcoin. XRP, as you guys can see, currently just bouncing, doing this double bounce here, finding support down in here. Hopefully that means it's going to continue to move up, but really it's just following Bitcoin. You know, in a spec market, this is what cryptocurrencies do: following Bitcoin, finding that bottom there, creating a higher bottom. Hopefully Bitcoin can come out of there. As you guys can see, Bitcoin is forming what is looking like this mini bullish pennant pattern. Hopefully it has enough momentum to continue and make higher highs. So we will see about that. But essentially, just getting back to this, the fundamentals are stronger than ever here. XRP's fundamental picture is still bright, despite a relatively questionable performance on the market. And again, we have to blame Bitcoin for XRP's performance. And even that said, XRP is still performing quite well. In the past, we would have seen huge declines, huge volatile declines, and XRP is still holding up quite well. It's currently trading near $2.28. Today it's at $2.14, following a protracted decline despite the fundamental growth on the network, according to XRP Scan. Since the breakdown in late September, a declining channel has defined its price action. At first glance, it seems like typical bearish continuation, falling below these moving averages. But guys, when you take a look at it in more detail, on-chain data, however, paints a completely different picture, suggesting that XRP may currently be one of the market's most structurally sound assets. Although prices have been suppressed for months, network activity has not decreased. So that is an important metric to pay attention to. There's still a lot of network activity, a lot of utility on the XRP ledger. Money transfers between accounts have been consistently high over the past month, averaging close to 1 million per day. Additionally, the volume of transactions is still high, with multiple spikes in November that are not the result of speculative trading, but rather utility increases. So two different metrics here. The main indicator is the notable spike in payment volume earlier this week. More than 2 billion XRP were transferred in a single day. Rather than futures liquidations or panic selling, this had to do with actual network activity. So what does this mean? Well, let's take a look at the past year. The broader metrics over the last year demonstrate that the number of total transactions and successful transactions has either stayed the same or even increased despite market volatility. Neither a decrease or usage nor an exodus of activity is observed. So guys, people are committing to XRP. It is staying strong. It's showing that in its value staying relatively high compared to other altcoins. Don't forget, XRP did see that big pump late last year when it did move. Let me just bring up the XRP chart. When it moved from 50 cents all the way to $2.91 in November, the month of November. December 2024. I think the beginning of the month, that was a very interesting time for us. At that point, we just saw XRP trade sideways for essentially the entirety of a year. And now, guys, what is going to happen? For more information on where I think the market's going to go, you guys can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only $5 a month, but you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock into that price. It's where I talk about targets, market activity, minute-to-minute updates. I do live Q&A sessions. Check it out if you are interested. Now the question is XRP detaching from Bitcoin, guys? Are we decoupling? Are we going to eventually see an XRP move higher as Bitcoin does its general thing? This is one of the questions that has been on XRP holders' minds for a very long time. We're just waiting for that utility to kick in. Luckily for us, guys, the dynamic metrics here coming from XRP Scan and others are acknowledging that XRP is actually being utilized in a real network setting. So not so much for speculative trading. I mean, it is being traded speculatively right now, but we are still seeing activity. That's the good thing. Even Barstool founder Dave Portnoy just recently said he bought another $1 million worth of XRP at these prices.
Now, am I eligible for this? Because here comes the announcement. Last night, Monday, November 17th, if you want to look at what I did, here it is. I hope I'm not giving away nothing. I probably am, so I probably shouldn't show. 638 bought $500,000 of XRP. 637 bought 400,000 of ETH. 637 bought 750,000 of BTC. 636 bought 500 more or a reverse of XRP. So in total, last night, $1 million of XRP, 400 ETH, 750 of BTC. Blood in the streets. Dave's like a piranha. Dave's like a great white. He's just shark on fins. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. And I know we can't clip it. We can't play music. So it's too bad. This will see. I want to play fins, but I can't play fins if they clip this because then the music companies. Anyways, fins to the left, fins to the right, BTC everywhere. So we had a crypto, a little dip in the market. I've been hold, Braveheart, hold. Last night I went. So I bought $2 million worth of crypto, $1 million of XRP, 750 of Bitcoin to add to my collection, and 400 of ETH. So I don't know. That's 2 million. Did I just get 2 million entries into this contest?
Well, he said it. 1 million XRP. Notice how that is his largest position. Dave Portnoy has confidence. I don't know if it's for the same reasons that we have confidence. Nevertheless, guys, it's good for the bottom line. More people holding XRP. That just means more supply is out of the market. That just means that when the price does rise, it's going to go higher faster based on supply and demand fundamentals. That's just my opinion. Again, for more opinions on where I think the market's going to go in the short, medium, and longer time frame, where I'm going to be buying the dips, where I'm going to be cashing out, follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And check out the Working Money Channel merch store if you guys haven't yet. Mosey on down. Link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.